consistent thing? Has it gotten worse? In which direction are we headed here?
I think it's gotten worse because in my time you would have a certain number of artists getting hired, but it would be the same ones. So it would probably be Amani, Wahoo. I would get on sometimes, but even then I found it very hard to get on. And then was there somebody else? Then from that era it kind of moved Avril. And then and even then, you know, what would happen is I would put a price in and they'd be like, oh no, this person is coming like way under that, and I would literally say that's fine. That's why you wouldn't see me performing.
That's a terrible part of this business. If somebody's willing to do
that still happens. It still happens. Like you send in your, it's like, and it's a reasonable quotation. You're not asking for Jupiter. It's a reasonable quotation, and they're like, oh, okay, Nani is asking us for lower than this, so yeah, it's okay.
And they even tell you who.
And I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, almost like slapping the face.
We've decided to go with...
and the thing is, these people, they talk amongst each other. So they're like, oh, she's refusing. She's saying she wants this amount. If she can't go lower than that, then we'll just hire Nani.
So why is it that you think that we don't focus on quality, you know, and what it is that you're delivering? Because both of you, you went to South Africa for a while. Both of you have invested in your careers. You've taken courses. You've branched beyond just having a song on the radio. Yes, I have. Not live, but yeah, but you're both like very invested in what you do, and you'd expect some type of return on that. So why do you think that the people who make these decisions don't consider all of that, right? Because it's more than just this person has a hit song.
I can tell you why. Is because there is no value on an artist. So the artist, haven't you heard people say, and I'm like, but if I wasn't there to entertain whoever you're saying, it would be a dry event. Like people would leave early, there'd be no one staying behind to drink your drinks. You know what I'm saying? We're thought of as an afterthought instead of we actually need this person here to XYZ.
Right.
So what's happening is whoever is affordable, music gets big, and then people start complaining, saying, oh, Kenyans don't have good music. So it's like an oxymoron. It's like,
true.
Come on, but we have good music. We have Sage, like some of the people we have on the on the terminal. We have Barak Jacuzzi we were talking about, Steph Capella. These are all people that are coming up that have amazing music. But I'll tell you what, the younger generation has a value. They've come up knowing their value because we laid the platform for them. So they can't come and lay again platforms, you know what I'm saying?
We've got to move on.
We have to move to the next level.
Yeah. So I know we might not understand the whys of this, but in terms of just where you'd like to see this industry going, how you'd like to see women being received and being treated in this business, what's your ideal? There might be somebody watching right now who can make these decisions and you know has a say in all of this. So what would you like to see change and happen?
I mean, I think what we'd like to see is the same as we're two women sitting on this stage. But for me, I feel like God has put it as my purpose. I mean, Safaricom, no. You know what I mean? I have been like on this path, and like even the Terminal Music Weekend has become my family's life. You know, like the work has even infiltrated to my daughter where I'm like, she's like, Mommy, I'm done. She's like, I want to go out to eat tonight. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, I haven't seen you for so long. I'm like, honey, one more week. So it's actually become a family burden that we've taken. You know, my husband is doing a lot of the background business side of things. Thank you, Jesus. Because it's a lot of work to try and convince the media that you need to have Sage, Barak Jacuzzi, Shoe Kid. It's like, we don't know these people, but they're there, they have followings, they have music, they're on the ground, they're performing, but we're so kind of stuck in our ways, you know? Even some of the people we are working with on our team have the mindset like, why are we using it? Why don't we just use these guys? Everybody knows them. Exactly.
That's the whole point.
You know,
for those people who aren't aware about the Terminal Weekend and what's going on there, perhaps you can just share some details about that as well.
So I'd like also Sage to talk about her experience because we've been working slowly. We've been working for about 4 months. It's it's a weekend packed with great music. We did our research on the ground rather than looking at the fluff at the top, yeah? We pulled artists that are not always used. We put women on a stage rather than packing it with men. We have matched the music, so we're bringing people like the first night, or the first night is I'd like to say a chick.
It's not really,
it's
but yeah.
not, right? Because, oh yeah, there's two guys.
There's two guys.
Yeah. So we have June, we have Sage, we have myself, and it's not just we are opening for the Americans. So we'll have, let's say, Sage, then we'll have Horace Brown, then we'll have June, then we'll have Bobby Valentino, then we'll have, so we're sharing a stage and we're highlighting our Kenyan acts. It's not, hey, come perform Americans.
Not like we're going there at 1 a.m. because we know Carrie Hilson
is going to be performing.
Yeah, so if you're late, then the other thing is we are celebrating the audience. You know, most of the shows that you go to and you wonder, why don't Kenyans go for shows? Is because you'll go for a show and the value you get is so, you know what I mean? There's like one main act, then the sound for the local acts, in fact, I don't want to say local acts, Kenyan celebrities is bad, right? And then when the main act comes, you have this amazing sound. So we're changing all of that. We're changing the experience as you walk in. It's going to be, you know, like, let's say for NSA, when you go to a show, you have nice parking, there's directed traffic.
This is happening at the KICC?
At the KICC, they're our sponsor.
Yeah. Sage, what has been your experience in getting ready for next
For
weekend?
the Terminal Music Weekend, it's been insane because just thinking about like sharing a stage with these musicians, obviously I have to bring my A game. There's no more, oh, I'm just an opening act. I'll just go there and like they'll play my track and I'll just be like, and guys will just be talking and stuff. Like it really has to be a show-stopping performance. So we have been at rehearsal with my band, which is nice. Like also like guys in my band, you see, it's the thing with when you don't hire like different sorts of musicians, you also miss out on the instrumentalists as well. Like you miss out on highly skilled instrumentalists. And yeah, we are super excited to just showcase our stuff. And like I'm convinced it's going to be an amazing, amazing weekend.
Yeah. So I know you've dedicated months of your life to this, but in terms of new music, new projects, is there any of that you guys have been working on lately?
This is what I'm thinking of. What we're doing at the Terminal is giving the local celebrities one whole week to hang out with all the international acts. So there'll be like workshops, there'll be like meet and greets, there'll be, oh, you want to go see a Kenyan studio with Sage? You get what I'm saying? So then people make relationships. So you never know, her next project might be
with Bobby V.
Bobby V. You get what I'm saying? So it's not a case of we have to pay the international act. He knows her, he likes her music. They hung out, they made a relationship.
Giving them like a Kenyan experience and seeing what happens. Yeah, that's a really cool concept.
Because I feel like when international acts come, they usually like, it's like they bounce. They just come, bounce.
They come, do what they gotta do.
So we've invested a lot. And Tribe is one of our sponsors, so they have given us literally a week with these acts in their hotels.
Amazing.
So.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to what is going to come out of that whole experience. We've talked a little bit about women empowerment and how we need to get more females on stage, get them paid equally. I know you had a social media campaign, you know, along those lines of women and just embracing their bodies. What was the response to that? And tell us about why you decided to do that campaign.
I think just as Sage said, after my second child, I went through postpartum depression, but I'm one of those people that I'm not really aware of stress when I'm going through it. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I was stressed there. But this time I felt it. I was like, wow, this postpartum depression is a real thing. And I was like, I have to tell somebody, you know what I mean? I have to tell because I have a voice. And my issue was I had a cesarean and my body was like oh, what is that? You know, you have skin hanging everywhere, you have stretch marks. And I'm like, I've always been a size 8, what is this, you know? And even my husband would be like, you're beautiful. I'm like, you're lying. And you know, it caused rifts and almost, you know, an issue with my son. Like my husband has a really, really close relationship with my son now, which is a good benefit. But because I just couldn't, you know, I would look at him and almost think, you did this to me. And this is like a depression. It's not real emotions. And that's why I did it. So for me, helping somebody else, I felt would help me. And that's why I did the shoot, and I'm glad I did. You know, apart from the great Kenyan writers who came up
which
with,
we expect.
Okay, oh my God, Habida naked. I'm just like, no,
why
guys.
Habida has been posting naked photos of herself all over the internet.
Guys, really, you know, I have women who are writing to me saying, thank you so much. It's helped me through this or that or this or that. And that was my purpose. And it almost, someone said to me, that's your baby doll. And I was like, that's my baby doll. You know? Like, I can cut myself open as a woman and produce this human being. So if you think of it that way, you're like, I'm supernatural. You know? So that's where I am comes from. I am what I say I am. And that's actually biblical, you know? Moses said, who should I say sent me? And he said, I am. So every time I say I am, I'm almost prophesying into my life, you know?
Right. And we're going to have a short performance from each of you in just a moment here. Sage, I want to give you a chance to give some final comments, just to, you know, to encourage a woman out there, a woman musician watching, a woman working mother, you know, working mother.
Being a working mother is tough. I'd just say, just stick to your guns and always know that at the end of everything, things always have a way of coming full circle. Because I remember, like, being a single mother, half the time it's like, oh my God, I need to pay bills, I need to do this, she needs to go to school, I need money for this, and I end up stressing so much. But I'm in a season where I'm just learning how to trust and how to just do things to the fullest, and knowing that things are going to come around. So just never ever give up. Never give up on yourself, never give up on your kids. Never give up on your dreams. That's another thing. Do not leave your dream. Don't forget about your dreams to Ati. I'm a mother now. Don't give up on your dreams. Always just keep shooting for your dreams.
And obviously the two of you haven't given up on your dreams, as we'll see next week. In the Terminal Experience, so people can check you out there at the KICC. Looking forward to that. It's something very different in this industry, and I think we need that. So thank you both for being here. I'm going to exit the stage so that we can have a performance from each of you. I think we're going to start with Habida. You can sing us a little something, and then Sage will sing. Of course, it's hashtag Level Up Fridays here on Daybreak, and DJ Roy T-Boy will be standing by to bring us also some great music to usher in the weekends until the top of the hour.